Hey sis, it's your girl Kayla X, and I'm here to basically record a video because I haven't recorded a video in about a year. Right. So, please excuse this yellow tint that's going on. I try to use natural sunlight anytime I make a video. However, the sun is not helping me today. So you got me and the bright ass lamp above my head. So just bear with me. Now, today I'm going to be talking about pretty much where I've been. Um, okay, so I had to take a much needed hiatus because your girl was pregnant. Pregnant. Um, Basically, I was just starting out on YouTube and I was kind of like posting videos. They were a little lame. I had to take those down. But I was just starting to post videos. Um, and then I found out I was pregnant, and basically I wasn't sure if a pregnancy was something that I was ready to share with the world just yet. So me and my fiance decided that it would be a good idea to just take a break, even though I was just getting things rolling, and kind of focus on my pregnancy, focus on working so we could make a little bit of money before the baby got here. And then once the baby did come, get used to being a brand new mom. So in total, all that 9 months plus the 3 months that I just took, that's about a year. So yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about today. How I found out that I was expecting. So it's really a crazy story, to be honest. Let's see. One day I was at work. I was working at FedEx at the time. It's a packing and shipping company. And it was a really hot day in South Carolina. It had to been like 100 and something. And I'm unloading the truck. I have 9 total to unload on this one van line. And I'm only on the second truck. And I feel like I'm about to die. Now, I know you're probably thinking like, okay, sis, you said it's like 100 and something degrees. You in a warehouse, you unloading trucks. Yeah, you gonna feel like you about to die. But no, I've been doing this job for a little while. So this was not new to me. So basically, I'm feeling off. I'm feeling lightheaded. I'm feeling dizzy and nauseous. And I feel like I'm breaking out into a cold sweat. Like my body just was not working with me today. It was almost like my body was turning against me. And so one of my coworkers, she comes up, she's deaf, so she's signing to me, are you okay? And so I'm like, I think so. I feel off. And so she's like, you need to take a break. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna push through it. So I'm unloading this truck and I'm giving it my best. But when I tell you my best is not halfway good enough. And that's not like me. And so then, she starts helping me to give me a little break or whatever. But it's still really high. And even though I'm not doing as much work whenever she starts to unload the truck, like, I still feel like shit pretty much. And that's how I knew that something was wrong, because I'm not even doing the heavy labor at this point and I still feel like shit. So she asked me again, like, are you sure you're okay? And I'm like, no. The next couple of seconds, all I know is I feel like I'm about to vomit pretty much. So I take off running to the bathroom as fast as I can. So while I'm in there, I pretty much throw up my life. Sorry, but I threw up my life. And like, I'm feeling yucky, I'm feeling disgusting, I'm feeling nasty. And the only thing that keeps running through my head is I just threw up. I don't have a toothbrush. I ain't got no toothpaste. I ain't trying to finish working. Like, I'm thinking about the wrong stuff as far as work is concerned, but I'm thinking about the right stuff as far as like the way my mind is set up. Like, that's just nasty. Like, I don't understand how people can just do all of that and go back to talking to somebody. Like, that's yucky. So I'm like, well, I have to finish out this shift. what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna finish it out. I'm not gonna talk to nobody because that's nasty. Like, I'm just finish it out until I'm done, and then I'm gonna go home and possibly try to figure out what's wrong with me. Life had other things in store for me. I come out the bathroom. My coworker done went and got the bosses, and she's like, something's wrong with her. She's not, basically signing to them, she's not feeling good. So they start asking me, you all right? You good? And I just told you I wasn't trying to talk to nobody. I really was not trying to talk to nobody. So I'm like mumbling pretty much because like, I'm like, ew. So I'm just like, fuck it. So they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. Like, I feel like crap. I just threw up my life. I'm really hot. And something is wrong with my body. Like, I feel dizzy. I feel lightheaded. Like, I feel bad. And so then the other boss, he comes up to me and he's like, hey kid, and that's how he talks. He's like, hey kid, you know, you smoke any weed last night? You know, because your pupils are dilated. You sure you ain't have a couple drinks? You pop a Molly? Like, it's something you need to tell me. So basically he's asking me, is there anything that I need to know, right, in regards to what could possibly be wrong with you? Because right now, you showing some of the symptoms of heat exhaustion, and it's really hot today. Maybe you're pushing yourself too hard and you're just not used to this. And I'm like, I'm used to this. I've never had this problem before. It's not, you know, because of the heat at all. Just something's off, and I don't know what it is. I didn't eat nothing bad. I wasn't smoking no weed. I wasn't, you know, taking no shots at the club. I ain't pop no Mollies. I don't know what's wrong with me. But, you know, the only other time I personally remember feeling, you know, similar to this day was another time, and I'll jump to that story really quick. I was at work, and I was working a double. I was really tired, really exhausted, and I had a long ways to go as far as finishing out the shift. And I had already had a coffee, but I was still just tired. And so then I ended up going to get a 5-hour energy. Me being a dummy, I'm not putting two and two together that, you know, hey, you just drank a coffee. Why are you about to take a 5-hour energy? So that's the only time I've had anything like that happen to me, was when basically I had a caffeine overdose and I threw up my life then, and I was feeling the same way that I'm feeling in this instant. So, jumping back to the current story, I'm basically telling him, you know, I ain't do nothing out of the ordinary, but I don't feel good at all. And so then they take me into the office part of the warehouse. And in the office, like, they blow straight up AC. Like, you feel the difference immediately. It's almost like you standing in the kitchen with the freezer door open. Like, it's cold. So it feels good, but it's so bright. My eyes are hurting. My head is hurting. I feel like shit. So then they asked me, you know, you want me to go get Jorge? At the time, me and my fiance, we were actually working together on the same shift. So they asked me, you know, you want me to go get him? And I'm like, no, because if I'm not working, I'm not making money. If he stopped working, he not making money. One of us need to be making money. We just got a brand new apartment. You know, we got bills to pay. Let him work. That's how, like, I'm always worried about the priority. Let him work. So if he's like, my boss is like, well, okay, you know, you just sitting here, and then we'll just adjust your time tomorrow, and I'll just let him work. And then whenever he gets off, I'll let him know where you are. So he didn't let him know where I was, pretty much. Jorge gets off. He's looking for me. I find him, and he's like, what you doing in here? And I was like, you know, they made me sit down because I wasn't feeling well. Like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like shit, pretty much. That's just how I'm feeling. And I told them to let you work. That's why they didn't come get you. Because the first question out his mouth, he getting mad. Because he's like, why the guy ain't come get me? You know, anything happened with her, you come get me first. I don't care what she talking about. And Jorge is the type to drop everything when it comes to me. He don't care what's going on. He'll drop it because his number one priority in his eyes is me. Me, I'm like, no, you're not about to just stop working because I'm having a spur of the moment anxiety attack. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm not going to make you stop working out unless I'm dying. Like, I'm bleeding and like I'm about to die or something of that nature. Right now, I just feel like I'm about to die, but I know I'm not. So he's like, well, I don't care. Next time they come in to get me, whatever. So then we go home. 2 days later, Jorge decided to work an extra shift that day, and I was out with my mom. We went out to Fats Cafe. So we out eating, and I'm telling her about this day. I'm like, look, 2 days ago I was at work and I felt I felt the worst that I've ever felt in my life. Almost like the time, when I did that really dumb thing that we don't really talk about. Okay, so that's how I was feeling, and I don't know why I was feeling like that. So the first question out of my mom's house, not out of my mom's house, Kayla, what? The first question out of my mom's mouth is, could you be pregnant? And when was the last time you had a period? When I tell you mamas know, mamas know. So, basically, I was like, no, I had a period. I just had a period last month on the 17th through the 23rd. And then she's like, so then what are the dates for this month? And when I tell you I look dumb, I look dumb. Like, I could not remember. Like, I know it was just, but I can't really pinpoint when it was just. So I look really dumb. So I'm like, all I know is I believe I had one this month. I just don't really remember when it was. So I'm having just, I don't know, spur of the moment amnesia, we'll call it that. So she's like, well, maybe it's stress, you might be stressing about a lot. And so then that starts to make sense to me, because I'm like, I'm stressing about bills, I'm stressing about life, I'm stressing about my relationship, I'm stressing about where I see myself in 5 years. Like, I'm stressing. So I start to feel better, feeling that we've gotten to the bottom of the mystery on why my body is doing this. And so then I remember when I was at work, my coworker asked me the same thing. She said, could you be pregnant? And I looked at her like, bitch, could I be what? No. But shout out to Tia, because she was on something. Shout out to my mama, because she was on something. And so then I get home that night after me and my mom have dinner. And I couldn't have been in the house by myself maybe 10 minutes. And then Jorge comes in the door from his shift. And he comes in with a bag. He throws it on the table. He calls me downstairs. And he's like, in that bag is some pregnancy tests. Go and take them. And then he just walks off up the steps to go play the game. So I'm looking like, how he just walk with a box of pregnancy tests and tell me to take them? Like, what he know that I don't know? What does he know that I don't know? Anyways, so I go in the bag. I'm looking at some doggone, what is it? I want to say Blue Choice. It's not Blue Choice, is it? I believe. No, it's First Response. So he has the First Response test. Now, this ain't the ones with the faint line and the I'm not sure line, and you looking like, is that a line? Is it? No. This is the straight shot, no chaser. You pregnant or you're not pregnant, period. You're not confused. You're either pregnant or you're not. So that's what it says. So I'm like, damn, he must be really serious. So I take the box of pregnancy test, and I go in the bathroom, whatever, you pee on the stick, and I'm sitting here and I'm waiting on this test. And the test is supposed to tell you within 3 to 5 minutes, honey, either you're pregnant or you're not. And 3 to 5 seconds, pregnant. 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 So I'm like, No, this test is broke. Because I gotta be in denial. I gotta play that part because otherwise you just look stupid as hell. Otherwise you just look stupid. So I have to play my part and be like, nah, it's broke. Like, that don't look stupid. But anyways, so I'm like, it's a 3-pack. I'm gonna take another one. So I take another one. 3 to 5 seconds later, pregnant. So I'm feeling some type of way because I'm like, basically this test is telling me that in 9 months a baby gonna come popping out my BJ and life is gonna be like on a whole nother level. So ain't no need for me to take the third one because it done told me twice I'm pregnant. So I go up the steps. Jorge don't even look up. He don't look up at me. He's playing the game. So he's playing the game, looking at the screen, and he's like, it was positive, wasn't it? And I'm looking like, nigga, what? You can't look at me? What do you know that I don't know? Who told you to do this? And he's like, it's nothing. I'm just asking. I felt like if it wasn't one thing, it had to be something else. So I'm trying to cross out everything, rule out everything. So I'm like, yeah, it was positive. And he's like, so what are we going to do? Like, when you want to start setting up appointments? Like, he ahead of me. And I'm like, what you mean? Are we going to start setting up appointments? Like, I'm not ready for a baby. I don't want kids right now. And he's like, what you mean you don't want kids right now? You're going to have this baby pretty much. And so then, like, real quick, I feel like he ain't the one who got to carry this baby for 9 months. He's not the one whose body is going to stretch out, who's going to have stretch marks and be feeling all kinds of yucky ways and feeling like shit and not liking her favorite food because the baby don't like it now. Like, you don't have to go through that. I do. So, resuming. So, I'm like, you don't have to carry this baby for 9 months. You know, this is my choice, not yours. And he's like, there ain't no choice. You gonna do it. Long story short, I have a beautiful baby girl. I have a beautiful baby girl. I had her in June 15th. And she's the love of my life. Now, I don't like how, Jorge went about it to tell me that, like, hey, you're going to have this baby. I don't like how he went about it. But long story short, I needed somebody to kind of like shake me out of it and be like, hey, you can do this. You don't know you can't do it not unless you try. Like, we can do it. And so basically having that support system, having such a lovely person, to support me throughout my pregnancy, that really played a part because I went through so much shit. Like, this pregnancy was terrible. Like, I went through so much shit, like feeling some type of way about my body, depression, all kinds of stuff. Like, a pregnancy will change you. And if you don't have support, then I feel bad for whoever don't. Like, I ain't saying stay in something that ain't working just cause, but I'm saying you want somebody supportive who's gonna be there for you and basically help you along the way. So, long story short, your girl wasn't on drugs. I wasn't drinking. I was pregnant. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content with me and baby Cameron.